Okay, my voice is audible. My voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just yesterday we have covered some important points or introductory point. Today we will discuss, or today we will see the what is the structure related to the syllabus for our subject, and then we will go for the next point. Okay. Okay, so just a wait. I will open the syllabus. Okay, whether syllabus is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, as far as our syllabus are concerned, see here PDF is open. We are having totally two sections, section 1 and section 2. Okay, in the section 1 we are having the 3 chapters, and in the section 2 we are having the 3 chapters. Total 6 chapters that we need to study in our whole subject, that is nothing but the power system 1. So see, what is the name of our unit first? That is nothing but the economic aspects of power generation. Okay, economic aspects of power generation. As I have already told you, as far as the power system 1 is concerned, basically we are dealing with the what we can say generation of the electricity and how we are going to transmit the electricity, the basics related to that one. Okay. Now, see, as far as this economics of okay, as far as this point is concerned, as far as this chapter is concerned, what we are going to study in this chapter? See, in this particular chapter, they have given unit content. Okay, here it is given as the unit content. So, which are the unit content? First of all, see, we have to see some basic term which is comes into the picture. That is nothing but the review of commonly used terms in the operation. Then we have to see what is the variable load, then what is the peak load, and what is the base load on the power station. What is the variable load, peak load, and base load on the power station. Then we have to study what is the diversity factor and plant utility factor. As far as this power system is concerned, this what is the exactly diversity factor and what is the exactly plant utility factor, which came into the picture in the power system 1, that we need to study. Then the very important point, which is nothing but the maximum demand and load curve and load duration curve. Many of the time on this particular point only the question will be there into the examination. That is, what is maximum demand, then load curve, what is the load duration, curve. Then see, actually this point is there, no, types of load. That point we will going to cover here itself, where this point is there, variable loads on power station, then peak load, base load. Here only we will cover this point, that is nothing but the types of the loads. Then another important point, that is how to select the generation units and what is the exactly interconnected grid system. Okay, what is the selection of generation units and interconnected grid system. Then as far as the cost of electrical energy is concerned, the very important point that we need to see, which is the tariff and different type of tariff. What is the tariff? Very simple concept. तुम्हाला डिप्लोमाला झालंय का? टॅरिफ म्हणजे काय? हा, डिप्लोमाला झालंय का? Everybody, whether you have gone through it or have you covered in the diploma, what is the tariff? Okay,
That is
the
energy bill.
yes, the rate at which energy is going to, or electricity is going to sold to the consumer, that is nothing but the tariff. मग ते tariff म्हणजे काय, and which are the different types of tariff that we are going to see. Okay, so as far as our this power system is concerned, this first chapter is very, very important. Okay, because the basic terms related to the chapter, or the basic terms related to the whole power system, that we are going to cover into this first chapter. That is nothing but the different terms, then loads on the power station, then different factors. What is the maximum demand? What is the load curve? What is the load duration curve? And the last, that is nothing but the types and different types of tariffs that we are going to cover into this chapter number first. That is nothing but the economic aspects of power generation. Now what we are going to cover it into the chapter number 6. See, what is our chapter number? Name of our second unit, base load power plants. Okay, means in the chapter number 2nd and in the chapter number 3rd, we have to see different power plants and how we are going to generate the electricity with the help of these power plants. So see here, unit content. So which are the different power plants we have to see? So see, in this chapter, first power plant, that is nothing but the hydro power plant, then second thermal power plant, and third, that is nothing but the nuclear power plant. Okay, first hydro power plant, then thermal power plant, and next is nothing but the nuclear power plant. These are the 3 important power plant. We are going to study it into this chapter number 2nd, and these power plants are called as the what? Base load power plant. बघा आता इथं वर्ड कोणता आला? बेस लोड. पण बेस लोड म्हणजे काय हे आपण कुठे शिकणार आहोत? वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी दिस बेस लोड इन दिस चॅप्टर नंबर 1st. That's why I'm saying the chapter number 1st is the basics for all chapter. Okay, then see, in this particular power plant, what we are going to see, you are observing each and every power plant. प्रत्येक power plant मध्ये बघा तुम्ही 2 points are common. Which are the 2 points? This typical layout, site selection. Typical layout, site selection, and here it is typical layout and the site selection. Okay, so these are the points that which we are going to study for each and every power plant. That is nothing. Okay, so as far as the each power plant is concerned, what we are going to study, see, typical layout and its site selection, typical layout, its site selection, and typical layout is a site selection for the hydropower plant, thermal, as well as the nuclear power plant. But as far as the hydropower plant, what we are going to see, the classification, then what is the meaning of hydrograph, then what is the flow duration curve, and which are the different types of turbines which is associated whenever we are going to consult the hydroelectric power plant. म्हणजे आपण hydro power plant किंवा hydroelectric power plant मध्ये कुठले कुठले डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ टर्बाइन्स यूज करणार आहे. टर्बाइन इज वन ऑफ द पार्ट ऑफ हायड्रो पॉवर प्लांट विच इज यूज फॉर द जनरेशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. टर्बाइन कशाचा पार्ट आहे, हायड्रो पॉवर प्लांटचा पार्ट आहे, जो कशासाठी वापरतोय, that which we are going to use for the generation of the electricity. Okay, next, as far as thermal power plant is concerned, 2 points are common: typical layout, site selection. But the very important part in this, that fuel and their handling process, that we are going to see. As in the thermal power plant, which is the fuel that we are using? We are using coal as the fuel in the thermal power plant. So how to handle this? Then what is the ash handling? As you know that whenever we are going to burn the coal, the ash is going to be produced. So how to handle that ash? And at the last, dust collection. These are the important points that we are going to see in the thermal power plant. Then nuclear power plant. Okay, 2 points are common: typical layout and the site selection. Then after that, we are going to see nuclear reaction. Which nuclear reactions are involved in the particular nuclear power plant? Basically, 2 reactions are involved: nuclear fission reaction and nuclear fusion reaction. Okay, then the nuclear reactor and its classification. Now, what is the nuclear reactor? Nuclear reactor is one of the vessel where this all nuclear reaction is going to take place. That is nothing but the nuclear reactor. लक्षात घ्या, मी इथे जे जे काही इम्पॉर्टंट पॉइंट येते त्याचं मिनिंग काय सांगतोय हे आपल्याला डिटेल मध्ये त्या चॅप्टर मध्ये स्टडी करायचंच आहे. पण तरी पण मी काय सांगतोय, थोडीशी तुम्हाला इंट्रोडक्शन यावी म्हणून मी तुम्हाला काय सांगतोय, व्हॉट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर वर्ड. ओके, मग देर आर डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ न्यूक्लियर रिएक्टर विच आर दॅट AGR, PWR and BWR. Okay, what is their long form? That time whenever I will teach that one, I will tell you what is the long form for that one. Okay, and then we will see how to dispose these particular nuclear waste and what will be its environmental aspects. Means whatever the waste which is produced in the nuclear reaction or in the nuclear power plant, how to dispose it, and then we have to see what will be its environmental aspects. So these are the different points that we are going to cover it into the chapter number 2, that is base load power plant. 3 power plants are there: hydro power plant, thermal power plant and the nuclear power plant. Okay, now as far as this particular chapter number 3 is concerned, what we are going to study? Peak load power plant. बघा, आपला सेकंड चॅप्टरचा नेम काय होतं? व्हॉट इज द नेम ऑफ आवर सेकंड चॅप्टर? बेस लोड. नाउ इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर थर्ड चॅप्टर, व्हॉट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी? पीक लोड. ओके, सो in this particular peak load power plant, we have to study basically 4 power plants. Which are that 4 power plant? See, first is nothing but the diesel power plant, then gas turbine power plant, then this is nothing but the solar thermal power plant, and then it is nothing but the wind power plant. So as far as the peak load power plant is concerned, we have to study 4 power plant: diesel, gas turbine power plant, then thermal power plant and the wind power plant. And now for all these power plant, हे जे काही 4 power plant आहेत त्या सगळ्यासाठी काय आपल्याला स्टडी करायचंय? इट्स टिपिकल लेआउट, then its advantages and disadvantages, and the site selection. Site selection in the sense, whenever we are going to select any site for the establishment of that particular power plant, what care we need to take, that we are going to study in the site selection, or which parameter we need to consider into the site selection, that we are going to see in the point of site selection. Okay, so 4 power plants that we need to study. Which are that 4 power plant? Diesel power plant, gas turbine power plant, बघा इथे दाखवलेला आहे diesel power plant, gas turbine power plant, then solar thermal power plant, and next is nothing but the wind power plant. These are the 4 power plant that we are going to study in the chapter number 3, that is nothing but the peak load power plant. Okay, so this is our section number 1st. What is that? Section number 1. Section number 1 comprises of the economic aspects of power generation, and then how we are going to generate the electricity with the help of different power plant, that is base load power plant and the peak load power plant. So this section number 1 comprises of generation of electricity. Okay. Now, as far as this section number 2 is concerned, we are going to deal with the transmission of electricity. म्हणजे सेक्शन नंबर 1 पर्यंत आपण काय डील करत होतो, हाऊ टू जनरेट दी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. बट as far as the section 2 is concerned, we are going to see how to generate the electricity. Okay. So fourth unit, which is the another important unit, that is nothing but the general structure of power system. मग आता पॉवर सिस्टीमचं जनरल स्ट्रक्चर कसं आहे, जे की आपण मोस्टली ट्रान्समिशन बघणार आहोत. मग त्याच्यामधले कुठले कुठले कंटेंट आपल्याला बघायचे आहेत. विथ कंटेंट वी हॅव टू सी DC. व्हॉट इज दॅट? रिव्ह्यू ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल सप्लाय सिस्टीम. इलेक्ट्रिकल सप्लाय सिस्टीम कशी आहे. त्याच्यानंतर टिपिकल AC power supply scheme. Might have you have studied this point in the diploma. Whether you have studied this point, typical AC power supply scheme. Whether you have studied this point in diploma, typical AC power supply scheme. अरे स्टडी केलेला आहे का नाही?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we have studied, or we want to study the comparison of DC and AC system. Okay. So as far as a DC transmission system is concerned, and as far as AC transmission system is concerned, what is the comparison in between that we are going to see. Okay. And then we have to see the last point, that is nothing but the comparison of overhead and underground system. How we are going to compare the overhead and underground transmission system. Okay, so these two are the very important point, and many of the time on these two particular point, that is nothing but the comparison of DC and AC system and comparison of overhead and underground system. The question will be there into the examination. So this is a very small unit. The unit number 4 is actually a small unit. It is just 4 to 5 lectures unit is there. Okay, then the fifth chapter that we are going to cover, which are nothing but the economic aspects of transmission system. बघा, आपण पहिला चॅप्टर काय स्टडी केला होता? पहिला चॅप्टर इकॉनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ पॉवर जनरेशन. सेम आता काय स्टडी करतोय 5व्या चॅप्टर मध्ये. इन दिस 5th chapter, what we are going to study? Economic aspects of transmission system. As I already told you, in the first section we are going to deal with the generation, and in the second section we are going to deal with the transmission. Okay, so see, as far as this overhead or as far as this AC system is concerned, how the conductor cost is going to be for the various AC transmission system, that we are going to see in this 5th chapter. That is nothing but the comparison of conductor cost for various overhead AC transmission system. आता ओव्हरहेड काय, अंडरग्राउंड काय, ज्यावेळेस आपण त्या पर्टिक्युलर पॉइंटला जाऊ त्यावेळेस मी तुम्हाला सांगतो व्हॉट इज मीन्स बाय ओव्हरहेड सिस्टीम अँड व्हॉट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ अंडरग्राउंड सिस्टीम. ओके, देन बघा, कंपॅरिझन ऑफ कंडक्टर कॉस्ट. कशाची कंपॅरिझन करायची? कंडक्टर कॉस्टची, पण कशासोबत? फॉर व्हेरियस अंडरग्राउंड एसी ट्रान्समिशन सिस्टीम. पहिला पॉइंट काय? कंपॅरिझन ऑफ कंडक्टर कॉस्ट फॉर व्हेरियस overhead AC transmission system, overhead. And second, comparison of conductor cost for various underground AC transmission system. Then the very important point, that is nothing but the economic choice of the conductor by with the help of Kelvin's law. Okay, what we have to see? The Kelvin's law. Whenever we are going to select any conductor, as far as the economic choice of that conductor is there, how we are going to select that conductor, that we are going to study with the help of Kelvin's law. Okay, so how many points are there in this particular 5th chapter? Only 3 points are there. First, comparison conductor for overhead AC transmission system, then comparison cost conductor for various underground AC transmission system, and then whenever we are going to see the economic choice of for the conductor, how we are going to decide it with the help of Kelvin's law. This is our unit number 5. And the last unit, which is very, very important again, that is nothing but the mechanical design of overhead lines. ओके, म्हणजे आता इथं काय बघणार आहोत आपण, ओव्हरहेड लाईन्स. मग ओव्हरहेड म्हणजे आपल्या जे काही हेड आहे त्याच्या वर जे आहेत, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी ओव्हरहेड. ओके, म्हणजे आता जी तुम्ही नॉर्मली ट्रान्समिशन सिस्टीम बघता तुमच्या घराच्या समोरची, ती काय, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी ओव्हरहेड, दॅट इज अबव अवर हेड. अँड व्हॉट इज दी अंडरग्राउंड, विच इज बिलो दी ग्राउंड, ते आपल्याला दिसत नाहीये, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी अंडरग्राउंड. देर आर टू टाइप्स of this particular transmission that we are going to see. Okay, but as far as this particular overhead lines are concerned, what we have to see, which are the main components involved in this particular overhead lines. Main component, मग आता त्याच्यात कुठले कुठले मेन कंपोनंट आहेत. फर्स्ट, that is nothing but the conductor material. Okay, next we are going to see different line support. After that, overhead line insulator. Okay, मग त्यात इन्सुलेटर मधले कुठले टाइप आहेत. Which type of insulators are there? Pin type, suspension type, strain type insulator. These are the three types of insulator that we are going to see. And the very, very important point, which is in every competitive examination, the question on this point is compulsory. That is nothing but the string efficiency and methods of improving the string efficiency. तुम्ही कुठल्याही कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह एक्झामचा पेपर काढून बघा. ओके, on this particular point, that is nothing but the string efficiency and methods of improving the string efficiency. That point is 101% there. So this point is very, very important as far as this chapter is concerned. Which chapter? That is nothing but the mechanical design of overhead transmission line. Okay, so these are the somewhat basic ideas related to 6th chapter. Okay, so again they have given here, as far as our term work is concerned. Okay, term work concern, आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, टर्म वर्क साठी किती ड्रॉइंग शीट काढायचे आहेत. We have to draw minimum 4 drawing sheet. Okay, we have to draw minimum 4 drawing sheets based on, in order to get the term work. Okay, and the very, very important point, that is nothing but the which books are useful for us. See, these two books are, I will say, you can refer these books. Which book is there? You can refer this book, A Course in Electrical Power by S.K. Kataria and Sons. The author of this particular book is J.B. Gupta. And then you can also refer this book. Which is that book? Okay, Generation of Electrical Energy, Yaschand publication by B.R. Gupta. But this book is somewhat useful for section first only. Okay, but if in this particular, as far as these 4 books are concerned, I think 3 to 2 books are available in library. You can refer any of the book, but as far as my suggestion is concerned, you can refer this first book, that is nothing but the A Course in Electrical Power by the J.B. Gupta. And what is their publication? S.K. Kataria and Sons. Okay, you can also refer this book. It is not problem with that one, that this Power Plant Engineering Yaschand publication by Shamsher Gupta. But you can, as far as this book is concerned, some language is difficult for this book. The very easiest and easily understandable book is there, A Course in Electrical Power by the J.B. Gupta. Okay, so these are the some brief overview, or these are the some brief syllabus related to the our subject. आपल्या subject हा काय brief syllabus आहे. Okay, this is brief syllabus of our subject. Okay, just a minute, I will minimize it. Okay, have you got some basic idea related to our syllabus? सगळ्याला आपल्या सिलेबसची बेसिक आयडिया तर आलेली आहे की आपल्याला आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये काय बघायचंय. what we have to see in our syllabus?
Yes, sir.
See, whenever I'm asking you one question, no, from your side at least yes or no is expected. It should not be like that only one way communication is there. ओके, म्हणजे मी कंटिन्युअस बडबडत चाललोय आणि तुम्ही फक्त काय म्हणतो तुमच्याकडून कुठलंच कम्युनिकेशन होत नाही असं व्हायला नको. नाहीतर मग असं होईल की आपल्याला पूर्ण पॉवर सिस्टीमचा सिलेबस संपस्तोवर फक्त मीच बडबडत जाणार आणि तुम्ही काहीच करणार नाही असं व्हायचं. ओके, so it should not be like that. There should be two-way communication so that we can easily understand what is going on. Okay, now the next point, that is nothing but the course objective. So what is the course objective? Which is our course? Our course is Power System 1. Objective. Objective in the sense why we have to study this particular subject. That is nothing but the objective of that particular subject, or you can call it is nothing but the course objective. आपल्याला हा सब्जेक्ट का स्टडी करायचा आहे, that is nothing but the course objective. See, whenever you are going to study anything, it is necessary for you to know why to study this particular subject. Otherwise, only studying and giving examination is not sufficient. So what is that? Course objective. So there are basically 4 course objectives are there as far as our subject is concerned. Which are that course objectives? See, first, to develop a understanding of operation of the different power plant. म्हणजे काय, आता आपण in the chapter number 2 and in the chapter number 3 we are going to see different power plant, base load power plant and peak load power plant. So we have to understand, or for understanding the operation of this particular power plant we have to study this subject. That is, this is our first objective, that is to understand the operation of the different power plant. प्रत्येक जे काय different power plants आहेत त्याचं काय म्हणतो त्याला ऑपरेशन कसं होतं हे आपल्याला अंडरस्टँड करून घ्यायचं. देन सेकंड, टू लर्न द इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ पॉवर सिस्टीम. ओके, म्हणजे कुठले कुठले इकॉनॉमिक्स ऍस्पेक्ट्स आहेत किंवा कुठल्या बेसिक टर्म्स आहेत पॉवर सिस्टीम मध्ये. यू कॅन कन्सिडर जनरेशन और यू कॅन कन्सिडर ट्रान्समिशन. जनरेशन, ट्रान्समिशन कुठलंही असू द्या, त्यातल्या ज्या इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स आहेत, ज्या डिफरंट टर्म्स आहेत, that we need to learn. That's why we are going to see this particular subject. That is, this is our second objective. Then we have to understand, or we have to study different types of conventional and non-conventional energy sources. Okay, as you are going to see, whenever we are entering into the chapter number 3, there we are seeing the what we can say, diesel power plant, gas turbine power plant, solar power plant and wind power plant. So as far as the different energy sources are concerned, we are classifying it into 2 types. That is nothing but the conventional energy sources and non-conventional energy sources. So we have to study that. That is, what is the exactly conventional energy sources and what is the non-conventional energy sources. So if we have to study, then we have to see our, or we have to study our course. That is nothing but the Power System 1. And the last objective, that is nothing but the, we have to understand the structure of our power system. This is our foremost objective of studying this our subject. That is nothing but the Power System 1. आपलं हे सब्जेक्ट स्टडी करण्यामागचं हेच काय म्हणतो, हा खूप मोठा मोठो आहे की आपल्याला पॉवर सिस्टीमचं पूर्ण स्ट्रक्चर स्टडी करायचं. वी हॅव टू स्टडी द होल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द पॉवर सिस्टीम. That's why this what I can say, subject is introduced into the syllabus. Otherwise, why they will introduce this particular subject into the syllabus, whether it is necessary. Okay, so the foremost objective, जरी ते 4 नंबरला असलं तरी मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टंट ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आपलं काय, वी हॅव टू स्टडी द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ पॉवर सिस्टीम. वी हॅव टू स्टडी द होल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर पॉवर सिस्टीम. आपल्याला पॉवर सिस्टीमचं काय करायचं, पूर्ण स्ट्रक्चर स्टडी करायचं आहे. Okay, so 4 objectives are there in front of us. 4 objectives आहेत. कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आपल्या सब्जेक्ट कुठले, फर्स्ट आपल्याला डिफरंट पॉवर प्लांटचे ऑपरेशन स्टडी करायचे आहे. देन वी हॅव टू अंडरस्टँड डिफरंट इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ द पॉवर सिस्टीम. Then we have to exactly study the what is the what we can say conventional energy sources, non-conventional energy sources, and fourth, that is nothing but the we will get clear idea about the how the structure of power system is there. So these are the 4 course objective. लक्षात घ्या, तुम्हाला कोणीही विचारलं तुमच्या objective related why you are going to study this subject, that time you are able to say this particular course objective, that is nothing but the power system 1 course objective. आणि ऑब्जेक्टिव्हचं पण मीनिंग लक्षात राहू द्या, नुसतं ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणून उपयोगाचा नाही. व्हॉट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह, why we need to study this subject in our syllabus, that is nothing but the course objective. Okay, now the next part, which is another, that is nothing but the course outcome. म्हणजे course outcome. What is the course outcome? Whenever we are going to complete this whole syllabus, what is expected from you people, or what is expected from student side? Okay, what is the outcome of that particular course? त्या कोर्सचा आउटकम काय असणार आहे, तुम्हाला त्यातून आउटकम काय भेटणार आहे, that is nothing but the course outcome. Okay, so which are that course outcome? See, whenever we are going to complete this particular course, you are able to define different terms in the power system operation and the concept of load curve and tariff. Okay, means whenever we are going to complete this particular power system 1 subject, it is easily possible for you to define the different terms which are involved in the power system operation, then what is the load curve and what is the tariff, and which are its different methods for the tariff that you should able to deliver it. म्हणजे हा कोर्स झाल्यानंतर तुम्हाला काय माहित असणार आहे, किंवा तुम्ही काय सांगू शकणार आहात, बेसिक टर्म्स कशातल्या, पॉवर सिस्टीम मधल्या, त्याच्यानंतर लोड कर्व म्हणजे काय, टॅरिफ म्हणजे काय, आणि कुठले कुठले पार्ट आहेत टॅरिफचे, हे आपलं काय असणार आहे, पहिला आउटकम, म्हणजे हे तुम्ही सांगू शकणार. त्याच्यानंतर different conventional and non-conventional energy sources. Okay, different conventional and non-conventional energy sources. You are able to easily explain the conventional and non-conventional energy sources. After the completion of this particular chapter, or after the completion of this particular power system work, you are going to easily point out what is the conventional energy sources and what is the non-conventional energy sources. Okay, then we will understand the working of base load power plant as well as the peak load power plant. Okay, you are able to clearly say, or you are able to clearly explain the working of base load power plant as well as the peak load power plant. म्हणून हा पूर्ण पर्टिक्युलर कोर्स झाल्यावर तुम्ही पीक लोड पॉवर प्लांट पण इझिली एक्सप्लेन करू शकणार आहात, आणि बेस लोड पॉवर प्लांट पण तुम्ही काय करू शकणार आहात, इझिली एक्सप्लेन करू शकणार आहात. बट व्हॉट इट्स वर्किंग, हाऊ इट इज गोइंग टू बी वर्क. ओके, देन आफ्टर द एंड ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर सी, you are going to easily understand the structure of power system. What is my outcome of this my subject? You are going to easily understand the structure of the power system. Then another same point, you are easily understand the economic aspects, which are the different economic aspects in the transmission system. कुठले कुठले aspects आहेत इकॉनॉमिक्स aspect ट्रान्समिशन सिस्टीम मधले, ते तुम्ही इझिली सांगू शकणार आहात. ओके, किंवा ते तुम्हाला इझिली कळलेले असणार आहेत. दॅट इज द कोर्स आउटकम ऑफ दिस अवर पॉवर सिस्टीम वन. अँड द लास्ट पॉइंट, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी, you are easily describing or describe the different components of overhead transmission line. म्हणजे जे काय ओव्हरहेड ट्रान्समिशन लाईनचे डिफरंट कंपोनेंट्स आहेत ते तुम्ही इझिली डिस्क्राइब करू शकणार आहात. दिस इज अवर आउटकम ऑफ अवर पर्टिक्युलर पॉवर सिस्टम वन सब्जेक्ट. Okay, means what is your outcome? Students are able to what we can say, describe the or define the different power system terms. Then what is the load curve, what is the tariff. Then students are able to explain what is the conventional non-conventional energy sources and what is the working of base load power plant, peak load power plant. Then it is easily possible for a student to understand the basic structure of power system, then to understand the different economic aspects of transmission line or transmission system, and after that it is easily possible for student to describe the different components which are involved in the overhead transmission line. Everybody got this one? Outcome. लक्षात घ्या, ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह आणि आउटकम याच्यामध्ये भरपूर फरक आहे. ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय, व्हाय टू स्टडी दिस कोर्स, आणि आउटकम म्हणजे काय, हा कोर्स शिकल्यानंतर मला काय करणार आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी आउटकम. कळले का सगळ्यांना? एव्हरीबडी गॉट इट? व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स बिटवीन कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह अँड कोर्स आउटकम? नाहीतर बऱ्याचशा स्टुडंटला कोर्स आउटकम आणि कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह हे सेमच वाटतंय. इट इज नॉट लाईक दॅट. कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह अँड कोर्स आउटकम बोथ आर different terms. Got it, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, no one in the exam, no one will ask you write short note on course objective and course outcome of power system 1. But as a part of our syllabus structure, we need to see that point only. म्हणजे directly आपल्याला असं करून चालेल का? Whether it is possible for us to directly start the syllabus, take the chapter number first name, this one, and directly starting the syllabus. It is not like that. We are going to see the brief history of our subject, that is course objective, course outcome, and then whenever we are getting any idea, then we have to start the syllabus. Got it one? Okay. Now this is the course objective and course outcome of our course. The next, so this is also important. What is the title of our subject, or what is the exactly meaning of title of our subject? Already I have told you. What is that? Power system. The title of our subject is power system. See, ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही आता whenever you are entering into the second year, second semester, you will have the power system second subject. That time for that subject you are having the POE, that is practical or oral examination, and the first question for the external examiner is, what is the meaning of power system? That is nothing but the title of the subject. So what is, yesterday I have already told you, power system is the branch of electrical engineering, or it is one of the network which is dealing with the, what we can say, generation, transmission and distribution of the electricity, or you can say that the supply, transfer and the use of electricity. पॉवर सिस्टीम म्हणजे काय? पॉवर सिस्टीम हे एक असं नेटवर्क आहे, बरोबर आहे. कुठलं नेटवर्क आहे, किंवा पॉवर सिस्टीम एक इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजिनिअरिंगची ब्रांच आहे. त्याच्यामध्ये आपण काय स्टडी करणार आहे? व्हॉट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर पॉवर सिस्टीम? वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी that how the electricity is going to be generated, how the electricity is going to be transmitted, and how it is going to be distributed up to the consumer, or simply in another language, how to supply, how to transfer, and how to use the electric power. Okay, so this is the simple meaning of our subject. That is nothing but the title of the subject. आपल्या सब्जेक्टचं टायटल काय आहे, त्याचं मिनिंग काय आहे हे सुद्धा आपल्याला माहित पाहिजे. Everybody should know that what is the title of our subject. Okay, or what is the meaning of title of our subject? That is nothing but the power system. सगळ्यांना सांगता येईल का पॉवर सिस्टीमचं मिनिंग? तास आहे कुणाला पॉवर सिस्टीमचं मिनिंग सांगता येणार नाही? Whether it is possible for you to tell the meaning of the power system? अरे येईल का नाही सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
गर्ल्स मध्ये तर सगळेजण शांतच आहेत. Okay.
Yes, sir.
They are replying on this particular chat box. Okay, no problem for me. This is the title of our subject. That is nothing but the power system. Okay. Now, this see the another important point, that is nothing but the central idea of the subject. आता ऍक्च्युली सेंट्रल आयडिया आपल्या सब्जेक्टची काय आहे ते आपण ऑलरेडी ज्यावेळेस आपण सिलेबस बघत होतो त्यावेळेसच आपण डिस्कस केलेली आहे. ओके, ऑलरेडी वी हॅव डिस्कस द सेंट्रल आयडिया ऑफ सब्जेक्ट. व्हॉट इज द मिनिंग ऑफ सेंट्रल आयडिया ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट? पर्टिक्युलर एखाद्या चॅप्टर मध्ये आपण काय शिकणार आहोत ओके, दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी सेंट्रल आयडिया ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर, म्हणजे थोडक्यात त्या पर्टिक्युलर चॅप्टरचा हे काय आहे, बेस काय आहे, किंवा त्याचा थोडक्यात आपण काय म्हणतो गाभा काय आहे. दॅट इज नथिंग बट दी वी हॅव टू सी इन दिस सेंट्रल आयडिया ऑफ दिस सब्जेक्ट. व्हॉट इज एक्झॅक्टली वी हॅव टू सी दॅट इट इज गोइंग टू बी कव्हर्ड इन दिस सेंट्रल आयडिया. मग पहिल्या चॅप्टर मध्ये, दुसऱ्या, तिसऱ्या चॅप्टर मध्ये ऑलरेडी आपण काय शिकणार आहे मी तुम्हाला सांगितलेलं आहे. पहिल्या चॅप्टर मध्ये आपण काय शिकणार आहोत, व्हॉट वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी द डिफरंट बेसिक टर्म्स रिलेटेड टू दी इकॉनॉमिक aspects of power system. Okay, the basic terms which are involved in the power system, that we are going to study into the chapter number first. Then second chapter, what is that? We will understand the detailed operation of the different types of baseload power plant, which include hydropower plant, thermal power plant, and the nuclear power plant. And as far as third chapters are concerned, same. In this chapter, we will understand the detailed operation of 4 power plant, peak load power plant. And which are that 4 power plant? First, diesel power plant, then what we can say, gas turbine power plant, then third, wind power plant, and fourth is nothing but the solar thermal power plant. म्हणजे पहिल्या चॅप्टर मध्ये आपल्याला बेसिक शिकायचं आहे, दुसऱ्या चॅप्टर मध्ये डिटेल्ड ऑपरेशन तिन्ही पॉवर प्लांटचे, आणि तिसऱ्या चॅप्टर मध्ये डिटेल्ड ऑपरेशन रिमेनिंग 4 पॉवर प्लांट. that we are going to study in this first 3 chapter of section 1. Next, after that, remaining chapter, what we are going to study? Sorry. Okay, into the 4th chapter. As far as the 4th chapter is concerned, general structure of power system. As a name suggests, चॅप्टरचं नाव सजेस्ट करते आपल्याला काय स्टडी करायचं आहे. व्हॉट वी नीड टू स्टडी? वी नीड टू स्टडी दी जनरल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ पॉवर सिस्टीम. आपल्याला पॉवर सिस्टीमचं जनरल स्ट्रक्चर स्टडी करायचं आहे. ओके, देन 5th चॅप्टर, इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ ट्रान्समिशन सिस्टीम. व्हॉट एव्हर दी इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स जे आपण जनरेशन मध्ये बघितलेले होते, दॅट सेम इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स. आता इकॉनॉमिक ऍस्पेक्ट्स म्हणजेच काय ते आपण ज्यावेळेस आपण ऍक्च्युअली व्हेनेवर वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट अवर फर्स्ट चॅप्टर, that time you will understand what is that particular economic aspects are there. Okay, आता सगळं as far as the 5th chapter is concerned, which is the economic aspect, that is nothing but the how to decide the cost of conductor for overhead transmission line as well as underground transmission line. This is the economic aspects as far as the transmission system is concerned, and that we have to study into the chapter number 5. And in the last chapter, that is nothing but the mechanical design of overhead transmission line. So what we are going to study in this chapter, we will study as far as the transmission is concerned, which different components are involved in the transmission of this particular electrical power. That is nothing but the different line supports are involved, different conductors are involved, different insulators are there. इन्सुलेटर काय आहे, कंडक्टर काय आहे, त्याच्यानंतर लाईन सपोर्ट्स काय आहे. ज्यावेळेस आपण शिकणार आहोत त्यावेळेस मी तुम्हाला सांगतोच लाईन सपोर्ट कुठले असतात, विच आर दी इन्सुलेटर, देन विच आर दी different conductors. Whenever we are going to study, that time I will tell you. And the very most important point in the last chapter that we are going to see, that is nothing but the whenever we are going to see the mechanical design, the one word come into the picture, that is string efficiency. And what is that string efficiency? That we are going to study it into the chapter number 6. So this is the central idea. Already whatever the central idea is there related to our subject, that we have discussed, almost all we have discussed, what we can say in this chapter number, or whenever we are discussing the syllabus of our subject, that time only we have discussed the central idea of our subject. Okay, this is the whole 6th chapter. या पर्टिक्युलर एका चॅप्टर मध्ये काय बघायचं आहे, दॅट इज नथिंग बट द सेंट्रल आयडिया ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट. ओके, and the last and very most important part, that is nothing but the importance of this subject in the syllabus. आधीच मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं ह्या सब्जेक्टचा इम्पॉर्टन्स काय आहे. This is the very important branch as far as the electrical engineering is concerned. Why this is important branch in the electrical engineering? Because this branch deals with the generation, transmission and the distribution of electricity to the consumer. Okay, ऑब्विसली इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आपण डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कंझ्युमरलाच करतो, पण ही जी पॉवर सिस्टीम ब्रांच आहे, दॅट पॉवर सिस्टीम ब्रांच डील्स विथ दी जनरेशन, ट्रान्समिशन अँड द डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. That's why if we have to understand all these things correctly, that's why we have to study this particular subject in our syllabus. And this is the importance of our syllabus, that if we want to understand all these things correctly, or if we want to, what we can say, if we want to understand this whole power system network correctly, that's then we have to study this subject, this having the foremost importance. तोच या सब्जेक्टचा इम्पॉर्टन्स आहे का, कारण हा सब्जेक्ट कशासाठी डील करतोय, जनरेशन, ट्रान्समिशन अँड द डिस्ट्रीब्युशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. Our whole electrical engineering is related with the electricity only. Our whole electrical engineering is related with the electricity. Okay, as it is dealing with generation, transmission and distribution of electricity. Okay, so whenever we have to study this, or whenever we have to deal with it, that's why this subject has been introduced into the syllabus, or this is the importance of this particular subject. ओके, सगळ्यांना इम्पॉर्टन्स कळलेला आहे का, काय आहे या सब्जेक्टचा इम्पॉर्टन्स आपल्या सिलेबस मध्ये? एव्हरीबडी गॉन थ्रू इट?
Yes, sir.
ओके, सी, कुठलाही सब्जेक्ट स्टडी करताना इथंच नसू द्या, नॉट ओनली इन टू द सेकंड इयर, whenever you are going to study anywhere, why to study that subject, what we will get or what I will get after the learning of that subject, and what is the importance of that subject. That 3 point you need to consider everywhere. हा सब्जेक्ट का स्टडी करायचा आहे, तो सब्जेक्ट स्टडी केल्यानंतर मला काय समजणार आहे, आणि त्या सब्जेक्टचा इम्पॉर्टन्स काय आहे. Each and every subject you should know what you are getting after the studying this subject. Okay, not only for my subject, not only for power system one is concerned, you can consider as far as what you can say measurement instrumentation, or you can consider the electrical machines, or you can consider the what I can say EDC, electronic devices and circuits are concerned, and as far as the very important subject, that is nothing but the C++. You should know what is the basic objective, what is outcome, and why this subject, or what is the importance of this particular subject. Got it, everyone? Okay, this is the our introductory part related to our whole subject. हा पूर्ण आपल्या सब्जेक्टचा इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट आहे. आपण इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट मध्ये काय बघितलं, व्हॉट वी हॅव सीन ऍज फार एज द इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट ऑफ आवर सब्जेक्ट इज कन्सर्न. वी हॅव सीन दी फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, apart from my introduction, what we have seen, syllabus. Okay, how many chapters are there in syllabus? Then we have seen what we can say about the title of the subject, what title of the subject is going to indicate. Then we have seen what we can say central idea of the subject, and after that we have seen the importance of the subject in our okay, that is what is the importance of our subject in the syllabus. These are the introductory part. From next lecture onward, from next lecture means whenever it may be, from next lecture onward, we are directly starting with our chapter number first, that is nothing but the economic aspects of the power generation. We will start with the different basic points, and then we will start with the first chapter, that is nothing but the economic aspects of the power generation. Okay, so just wait, I will take your attendance. See, sir also informed you. सरांनी पण तुम्हाला सांगितलं, मी पण काल तुम्हाला सांगितलंय, जस्ट रिनेम प्रॉपरली युअर झूम अकाउंट. तुम्हाला तुमचं झूम अकाउंट प्रॉपरली रिनेम करायचं आहे. अंडरस्कोर डॅश याच्यामधला फरक थोडासा लक्षात राहू द्या. ओके, नाहीतर ते प्रॉब्लेम होणार आहे तुम्हालाच नंतर परत. कारण ज्यावेळेस आपल्या ट्रेनिंग प्लेसमेंटच्या ऍक्टिव्हिटी असतात, whenever our training placement activity is going on, that time it is very what we can say difficult for understanding who is present, who is absent there. Okay, so you can rename it properly. Many of students still they have not renamed it properly, or whenever putting the what I can say underscore, they have given their what we can say space is there. So how it is possible? All students, many of the 80% student done it correctly, no problem for that, but I will not take the name of each and every student. Okay, so this is